live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to what quite possibly could be the biggest game in Irish football's modern history. It's the second leg of the playoff between Linfield and Shelbourne at Windsor Park. So it's come down to this: Judgment Day for Linfield, Judgment Day for Shelbourne. The champions of the North against the champions of the South. The winner will be in this season's Europa Conference League and £3.8 million euro richer. What this could do for either club going forward is monumental. It could make Linfield the dominant force again in Northern Ireland football, and they could run out league winners year after year after year, and they could end up coming back in the Europa Conference League and qualifying for it again. As for Shelbourne, they need to win this game and get into the Conference League group stages, league stage, more than probably they've ever needed to before. When you've got Shamrock Rovers being in the Conference League every other season, as it has been over the past few years, they're generating millions and millions, and they could run away and dominate League of Ireland football for years to come. Before I get into speaking about today's game, I'm going to send it over to League of Irish Ball Seb for his take on the game, the occasion, what happened last week in the first leg. League of Irish Ball, Seb, we're back here, Windsor Park, the Battle of Ireland Part 2, Shelbourne, Linfield at Windsor Park. We've seen how the first tie went in the Champions League. Shelbourne looked so comfortable, but this is a different Linfield side 6 weeks on. How do you think they'll get on tonight against Shelbourne?
Robbie, good to see you, and I say it every week in my vlogs, but genuinely tonight it doesn't get any bigger. From a League of Ireland perspective, we could have two clubs in the league phase for the first time in history, as every club has something to play for in those two games tonight. Santa Clara never qualified for the league phase, neither of Linfield, so everything's on the line for League of Ireland tonight. But for this one in particular, Robbie, we see at the first tie how crazy things go, especially in the terraces. The games themselves were a bit mad as well, but tonight it's literally all or nothing. It's either qualified or done. There's no second chances tonight, and it's one I cannot wait for.
And what will the money that could be generated from this European run, especially if Shelbourne get into the Conference League, like what will this do for a club of this size?
Robbie, I mean, I don't think it can be underestimated. I don't think words put it into perspective. I think some of the Shelbourne players said that it's the difference between a house deposit and no house deposit. That's how much this means. So even taking the football away from things, these working class people playing working class game, what they can receive on the back of glory tonight cannot be underestimated. But for the clubs themselves, it doesn't just set them up for this season or even next season, it sets them up for pretty much seasons to come. We see with Shamrock Rovers, they've gone from strength to strength ever since. It allowed them to secure tenants in Taylor Stadium as well, without any hitches in terms of finances. So what it means is, it means everything. It really does.
So for the game tonight, you'll be in with the Shelbourne fans, I'll be in with the Linfield fans. Linfield versus LOI. What do you think's going to happen inside Windsor Park tonight?
Well, I say keep your fists to yourself, Robbie, alright? I'm not up for any fisticuffs with you tonight.
No.
We'll save that for another time. No, look, I mean, you know what it's going to be like. You hope there's a bit of tension, you hope there's a bit of fight. That's what football's all about, releasing that bit of tension. A little bit of safety valve is what I find in the crowds. As long as it doesn't go too far, and we don't, we don't want to do things that we've seen in previous matches when there's been such things on the line, but I wouldn't expect so. I mean, last time it was all good flavour, all good taste, essentially, Robbie. So let's hope it's the same again tonight. But there'll definitely be tension, that's for sure.
And who ultimately is going to go through to the Conference League?
Shelbourne, Robbie. I think if Shelbourne what I see at Tottenham Park last night, match for Shelbourne, were quite lucky to come away with a victory, even though it was relatively convincing in terms of scoreline. I thought they were quite fortunate. I thought Linfield set up pretty well in the first leg. I thought until the sending off they were quite comfortable. I wouldn't say dominant, but I'd say quite in control in terms of possession and things like that. You know, a lot more settled than they did in the first two legs anyway, in the previous time. So Shelbourne let them settle in. Could be a bit of trouble in that respect, but ultimately I'd say Shelbourne go for it. I reckon a 1-1 draw, but I reckon Shells go for it.
Absolute quality from Seb, as per usual. Always welcome on the channel. Great football fan, loves his Irish football. I'm going to head into Windsor Park here first, and then we'll get talking about today's monumental occasion. We are Windsor Park awaits. Linfield fans behind the goal making the noise. There's your Shelbourne fans. Before kickoff, 1300 will be in the North Stand. We'll have a perfect view of the pitch. This place is going to be rocking. Next 30 minutes we'll have a wee bit of build up of the atmosphere. I'll go take my seats, we'll have a wee chat about the game. So, took our position up here in Windsor Park with a great view of the pitch. And tonight, it's simple. Linfield have to win, and they have to win by 2 clear goals to force extra time and potentially penalties. Win by 3 clear goals, and they will be in the Conference League proper with the draw tomorrow evening. Shelbourne, they just have to solidify, hope that they don't cave in, which I don't think they will. If they get a draw, perfect. If they lose by 1 goal, they're through. If it's 0-0, even better. Last week's game in Tottenham Park was helter-skelter. It was a bit crazy. 3-1 to Shelbourne. Fitzpatrick got sent off for Linfield for a high-footed challenge. But in that game, we've seen everything. Missed penalties galore. Offord missed his penalty for Linfield, which could have got the game to 2 each, and we would have a completely different outcome of that game going into this fixture. And with all that being said, tonight I think Shelbourne are going to do it. I just think they're a wee bit too much for Linfield. Better quality all round. They've played big games in Europe so far and put in really good performances. If they weren't 3-1 up from the first leg, I would maybe consider thinking that Linfield could do it tonight. But they are built and ready to go into the Conference League proper. I'm going to go for 1 each. I think unless Linfield score early, that Linfield won't have enough for Shelbourne. Shelbourne get a goal, this game's over, the tie's over, and the guys up in the North Stand will be looking forward to a couple of more European away days. Teams are out, the time for talking's over. Bobby's with me, you've seen him before. As a neutral, he's buzzing, as am I. Linfield, Shelbourne, 3.8 million on the line, spot in the Conference League. Let's go. Up, but Maple could have put that away, and another day if he was onside would have been 1-0 Shells. Linfield living dangerously at the back, nerves are kicking in. One 0 Shelbourne. Ball played over the top, Harry Wood, what a beautiful finish that was in the bottom corner. This game could be over. Shelbourne look like they're about to head into Europe, into the Conference League proper. It's going to take a miracle, but the game's not over yet. There we go, 2-0 Shelbourne. Ali Cook placing a shot in the bottom corner. Game over. This is it. Shelbourne, they're going into the Conference League. There's no way in hell Linfield are coming back from being, I think it's 5-1 in aggregate. Yeah, definitely over now, so it is. Half an hour in and the old A's are out from the Shelbourne fans. Look how easy it is for their team just to pass the ball about. No urgency from Linfield. All the energy's been sucked out of them. Could be a bit of an embarrassment if they get beat 3 or 4 here. Look at this. So easy.
Get that bloody ball away. Get that ball away.
Yeah, half time at Windsor Park. 2-0 to Shelbourne. The tie is 100% done, guaranteed. Linfield have been dreadful. The fans are restless. They're annoyed. They're PO'd. Too much passing sidewards, backwards, lumping it up front, hoping that something falls for one of their attackers to run onto. Haven't got anything into offer through the midfield. Dreadful night for Linfield in Europe, so it is. Bash for Shelbourne, professionally doing a job. Harry Wood with a brilliant goal, ball over the top, slotted in the bottom corner, and then Ali Cook put the icing on the cake, cuts inside, places the ball in the bottom corner. 2-0 Shelbourne. The guys up in the north stand, the away section, brilliant all game. They went mad. They'll enjoy going into Europe. 45 minutes and it'll be confirmed. Into the second half we go. The miracle, it ain't going to happen, but let's just see if Linfield can pull a couple of goals back and make it look like an alright night's work. I'm here with Madison, big Linfield fan.
Up the Blues.
How would say about that first half?
A bit shaky, a bit nervous, but it's back.
The tie's over, isn't it?
No, it's never over until it's over, mate.
Big confidence that there is from the Linfield fans.
Always.
You never know. They might rename this a miracle of Windsor if somehow Linfield come back and get 4 goals in the second half. You never know.
Never say never.
Never say never. Second half underway. Them guys up on the north stand know they're 45 minutes away from a European adventure of a lifetime. Let's see if Linfield can get a couple of goals back. that's a signal for the Windsor clear out. These fans have had enough, they've seen enough. The team's let them down, Mullins has let them down. There's a gulf in class between the two leagues and the two teams, but they've been nowhere near as good enough as they should be. Linfield, a bad day for Nifl in Europe. 74th minute, and that's the first time Linfield have had a shot on target. Tells a story in its own. Shelbourne have put on a show over the past two legs, and they finished it off with a wee bit of pyro. Why not? They're going into the Conference League. Linfield have to do it all again next year, try and win the league and get themselves in another playoff position. That North stand is rocking. Fair play to Shelbourne, they fully deserve everything. The best team in the Champions League match between the two clubs, and the best team in the Conference League playoff match between both clubs. So there we have it, guys. European qualifiers are complete. It's the League of Ireland that prevail on the night. Shelbourne, money made, memories to last a lifetime, a European tour on the continent to look forward to, 6 games, 3 at home, 3 away, memories that their fans will enjoy for the rest of their lives. Unfortunately for Linfield, it was just a step too far. They come up against a different animal, unfortunately, in a league that is just night and day ahead of up north. So it is. 15 places separate the leagues in the coefficient rankings, and it showed over all 4 games that these two teams had against each other. You never know, it might take a few more years, but someday we'll get another team back into the Conference League proper. Hats off to Joey O'Brien and the squad, the fans, what they've done, taking that Shelbourne team, along with Damien Duff, by the way, from the first division up into Premiership, winning the League of Ireland title, getting into the Conference League, and now they've finally gotten over that massive hurdle, what they wanted to do. Thank you very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe and comment. See you in the next one.